Before we start this video, I'm going to give you guys a quick backstory on how I got to this point. I sanded this car down to bare metal and removed quite a few things to speed up the painting process and save on cost. I made a deal for a 2-car paint job, with this one being first. It was supposed to take 3 months, but realistically I was thinking on the lines of 6 months, and that was perfectly fine. Well, it took 2 years approximately, poor communication, and a lack of professionalism. When I received the car back, the paint job was decent and the bodywork was fair. I believe the guy had good intentions, I really do. I just think he took on too many projects. I've learned a lot from this situation, and it's propelled me to learn the trade of painting. I want to be a great painter now. I've watched hundreds of videos, if not thousands, and read countless articles just so I can achieve just what I set out to do. I'm going to be an amazing painter when this is all said and done. And when the time comes for me to take on my first client, I'm going to go to vast lengths to please the customer, provide A1 service, excellent communications, as well as professionalism. I guess at this point my only regret is that I did not dabble in paint when I started working on cars at 10 years old, taking engines out at 12 years old, and just overlooking the painting part or aspect of working on cars when I just devoted so much time to fixing everything about a car, installing radios too, just doing everything with the exception of paint and bodywork. With that being said, guys, I'll leave you guys with this. Do not take your health for granted. I watched my dad lose his life this year at 70 years old because he abused his health, and I look at myself on the opposite end of the spectrum, making health being the #1 priority in my life. I'm a habitual vitamin taker. I stay fit, I work out, I take care of myself really well, and I expect great results. And me being healthy allowed me to take on these endeavors or do these things that I chose to do moving forward in life. But make health your #1 priority. Am I as mobile as I once was as a kid? Probably not. Can I dunk a ball like I was playing around in the gym with my friends and we're just dunking and having fun, and I'm 5'11" and just dunking the ball like it's a Nerf ball? No, but I think I still can dunk. Can I do all the insane amount of flips I used to do when I was a kid? Probably not, but I can show my kids that I can still do some backflips, some no hands, and some full twists still. I can't do multiple full twists in a row, but they can see me still doing these things. And I say all that to say, keep pushing, keep going. Don't never let anyone tell you what you can't do. Don't never let anyone take advantage of you. If you gotta do things yourself, just do it. So let's jump into the video and start painting the car for the very first time. Paint shaking up. Been sitting in the garage for a few months, couple months. Been sitting in the garage for a couple months, so let's get these taken care of right now. I bought this paint nearly 3 months ago, and I know this was probably unnecessary because it's been sitting at the house at room temperature, and by me painting many walls in homes and been rehabbing houses since I was a kid, you figure there's some similarities, so I had the paint mixed up. I probably could have got away with just stirring it up, but I was able to get some cool products from there and while they were mixing the paint. So let me know. Probably unnecessary. Probably could have just stirred it up and it probably would have been fine. Okay guys, you see the sun shining. It's about 57 degrees outside. You see the booth, it's about probably closer to 70 inside of there. But we got lucky today, just ran the hose out. Would ever expect us to get this kind of weather here this time? Today is, it's Sunday, December 8th. And see, I got the hose here at the wheel. No leaks whatsoever. And look how far we gotta go back. Gotta chase this all the way back. All the way back to Area 51. All the way back to Area 51. So it's easier, well over 100 feet, 150 feet, maybe, yeah, about 150 feet from the compressor so far. And we connect here. We got about another maybe 30 feet inside of there wrapped up. So I made my hole a little bit too big for the plastic. I'll fix that when I get in there and Velcro the side so it should be tight and firm. So I use that old army tent to cover the top part. And plus, I didn't want to get any overspray. I'll show you guys what I did as far as the filters on the opposite side. But we're shooting today. Not nervous, more of anxious. I'm anxious and just excited to see how it goes. Let's walk in here. See, I put the tarp over there to keep some of the warmth in here. We got all the light. We got ample enough light inside of there. But yeah, I had that massive tarp and it covered this whole thing up pretty much. Most of this side, a little bit on the other side is warm. Here's my paint. Just brought him out the house. He's been in the house for the last week. Just keeping these up to temperature to stay nice and warm, ready to go. Just brought him in here right now. So we're gonna, we'll be going to Area 51 in a minute. Show you guys what I got going on in there. Got my shoes I'll be painting in. And take these off. Got a little rug here. Before I walk in there, I'm gonna do some more blowing out and actually kind of hosing the ground down and just giving a slight little mop for any dust. But yeah, today is shoot day. All right, be right back. Okay, inside of here, it's about 62. All right, we're gonna go in here. Let's plug our light up. All right, lights plugged up. Let's go in Area 51, guys. Shoes off. Put the shoes on. Gotta pull the paint in here. Let me get everything in here. I'll be right back. All right, we're here in Area 51. I'm gonna Velcro all this. This is my board for getting my gun settings right. Got 2 extinguishers here. Just in case anything goes wrong, you never know. Want to be prepared. Like I said, this is my board to get my gun settings okay. You guys can see I gave birth to the lights, just making a nice little slit in there. Even though those are encased in that housing, waterproof LED lights, still just kind of pierced it and pushed the things to. I gave birth with the lights through the plastic, so I just kind of pushed them through. And yeah, all the electrical is on the outside. No electrical will be in here, period. Currently right now, 65-ish in here. Humidity is pretty much perfect. Got the gun on deck. This is the gun we'll be using. Ready to go. Now I'm just use this to blow all the dust out of here. Gonna move this out of here. Pretty much got just so much space back here to work. Got this plastic to cover all this up before I start shooting. I got a ton of plastic, but this is for this in particular. We're gonna kind of get everything ready here. First, we're gonna. This is some. I have. I left my other sprayer in the house, but this is wax and grease remover here. Got some spray weight glass cleaner. This stuff is incredible. We're gonna just do a multiple. We're gonna clean it out. We're gonna clean it off real good before we start. Got some new microfiber cloths. The suit ready. I'm gonna kind of wet the floor, mop it down with this microfiber mop. Just kind of mop if any dust on the floor. Just kind of run it through here. And filters. We're gonna turn that fan on. It's kind of on a slant. Try to create a downdraft here. And as far as the other thing, got 2 filters taped on the front of here. Covered it with the giant military tent. Just don't want them to get no overspray on it. But that thing is gonna suck. So yeah, we're ready to go. That's not plugged up. It's just the heat I'll have tonight to let it run. Tonight when I'm not in here when I'm done for today. But yeah, I'm getting all the dust out here right now. Lot of space to do what I need to do in here. Everything's taped off. And we're about to turn up. We gotta clean this thing off really good first. And I'm excited. So let's do a good cleaning. Let me get this floor cleaned all up. Let me spray some down. I'll use some Hydrogen grease remover on the floor and just mop it up with the microfiber cloth. Got a new broom in here as well. I'm not worried about this getting overspray on it or the clock. But I don't know, that fan is pulling so hard. There's only one speed on that fan. It's pulling so hard. And this is on setting 1. This thing's a beast too. I have to see. I want to kind of have this pressurized, like the pressure normal in here, more positive than negative. So we'll see. Let's get started. We're in Area 51. All right, so before we start cleaning, I do want to show you guys the panels in here. Pretty much matching the temperature that's going on here. I just went over the footage and I'm shocked or surprised I didn't mention me putting the car on ramps. After I aired the tires up, it still was just too low. So me putting it on ramps was a great decision for me because it allowed me to get the entire car without leaving any dull spots. That was the goal. I want to make sure I sprayed the entire car as evenly as possible. So put it on these ramps, and I'm shocked I didn't mention that. I was showing those towels, guys, because I was switching up towels per cleaner. I made sure I set each towel that I used for the different cleaners I was using to the side. I don't want to mix them up, although it probably wouldn't have hurt anything. You know, this is some alcohol I'm using right now. I just want to make sure those were alcohol towels. So I bust open some new towels, and I used some spray glass cleaner, switch towels again, etc., etc. And we ultimately I keep wiping it. I just, from all the videos that I've seen and all the things that I've read up on, cleanliness is very, very important. It's like one of the most important steps before painting the vehicle. So I wanted to take that, I took that into consideration, and I wanted to make sure I applied that to my first paint job and create that habit early on. So that's where the different changes with the tiles and different cleanings. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any parts of or section of the car. So just keep cleaning and cleaning and cleaning until I felt I was comfortable to start painting. I mentioned in the previous video about me being repetitive cleaning. Forgive me. This will happen whenever I'm painting cars in the future. I suffer from a tiny bit of OCD, so I just keep going, and when I feel things are right, I just go for it. But yeah, the cleaning part is, I kind of got carried away, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy this. I enjoy it, so I want to make sure I was giving it my all. That's all. That's it. Giving it the best that I can, giving myself the best shot at putting out a decent product when I'm done. Got some fresh air coming through here. Pretty good. It's pushing out, you guys can see. Alright, let's turn this boy on and see what we got. Okay, level out. Leveling out. Leveling out. Got a little bit of negative pressure. I may turn this up a little bit. That may be okay. Maybe okay. Trying to level out. We'll go outside and look at the holes in a minute. We're trying to have the camera here. It's kind of pressurizing, like brake now. It's a little cool. Kind of like I'm in between positive and negative, so it's pushing out, pulling in. If I show this air blowing from the outside out there, yeah, that's fresh air circulating, and that thing is sucking up there. So I'm gonna do something about that. All right, car cleaned off, pretty much dry. Fans came on, dropped it down to about 60, so we're at the brink of where we want to be at painting. Everything else is pretty clean and dry. Give it a second. Use tack cloth. Tack it down real good. And then we're gonna put some thinner in here. New gun. Pretty much got it dialed in. We're gonna mix some paint. Should be up here around 2 o'clock. About 2:10, I should be getting ready. Fix this hole. Straight out. Boards. Boards and shoes. Blowing out. Goodness. So here's my first rookie mistake. Although I got many filters sitting to the side right there, and I was pretty good doing when I was priming parts, making sure I was filtering it every single time I poured it into the cup. Whereas this one, I just was so anxious to go and eager, I forgot on this first cup of sealer to put my filter on top before I poured the paint in the cup. But first mistake, and it didn't matter, it didn't hurt anything. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I filter it before I paint it. I paused it here to say that I didn't follow my game plan here. So eager to paint. I don't call this a mistake. It was just me being eager and anxious to paint that I didn't follow my game plan. The very first thing that I trained myself to do was make sure I use sealer on all the prime spots for the very first coat. Don't do the car yet. Just use sealer on all the spots first, all the prime spots and all the spots that I did body work on. And then when I went to the second coat, or when that flashed off, now I can start the car. But I eventually catch it as I start on the roof here. You guys will see that. But yeah, not so much a mistake, but I didn't follow my game plan. Also, I'm still somewhat timid here. I'm not relaxed at all at this point. And I'll get there very quickly and get comfortable with the gun. But sort of timid, robotish here, trying to find my way. But when I catch on, and it becomes fun. So it won't take long. But yeah, now I figured out, hey, I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. Let's do that now by filling in all those spots that I did body work on, where the prime is at. So that's what I'm doing right now. notice I constantly keep looking up at the clock, making sure I'm precise or accurate with that time for flash off times with this sealer. And that's what I'm doing here, just calculating my time so I know when to apply the second coat. After tacking off the car, we're ready to put the second or apply the second coat of sealer on, and I'll do this between every single coat with the exception of obviously the clear. But yeah, just trying to keep that cleanliness going and making sure I'm using the tack cloth between coats. But yeah, we're on the second coat of sealer here, and I'm finding my rhythm. I'm getting in the groove of things. You guys will see I'll get better and better per coat. So here's my second rookie mistake: awareness. I didn't pay attention to how much paint was in the cup as I was going. I found my rhythm and in the groove, and I was feeling very, very good. The booth is doing well. Ventilation is great in the booth right now, and not paying attention to how much paint is in the cup, and I run out here. But kind of got that done quickly. I got over there quickly, just making sure I pay attention. Okay, so here I'm about to lay down the third coat, or technically the second full coat, and yeah, get that knocked out, and we're gonna do another coat after this of sealer. Although it may seem that I'm inconsistent in the video, I edit this thing. I chopped so much footage in so many different places because they were just too long, and I didn't want it to go so fast about speeding it up that you won't be able to see me do nothing. So a lot of the film is choppy because I was just taking sections out of it, trying to speed it up, whereas I don't have to speed it up too fast. You guys won't be able to see me work. So I'm done applying sealer to the car. I don't want to bore you guys showing the final coat. The video is already long enough. I just want to share the experience with you guys because I really enjoyed this. This is a 3-day process. So this video is all about the sealer and the beginnings and all the things that I've done to get to this point. Time was going so fast. If you look under the door, you can see it's dark outside and the moisture levels was raising up. I don't want to risk getting moisture in the paint because if you look at if I show the gauge, I don't know if I'm going to show it now, it was getting into the wet area as far as the humidity, and I definitely don't want to paint in that and risk messing anything up because I've done such a good job thus far. But yeah, I kind of stop here and I'll show you guys me cleaning the gun, and we'll kind of go over it into the next video that'll be dropping soon about the base, and then we're going to clear this thing and we're going to take it a step further. I'll show you guys that in a second too. Well, on the next video. Act like new. Turned out amazing. Amazing. However, I got some issues. I got one issue at the very end. And the booth is working amazing. One thing I'm finding out the importance of this fresh air, even by my mixing stand right here. When I'm mixing, the fresh air is amazing coming through. That's very important. It's one thing I've learned off GP is the fresh air coming in here is necessary for me. It's amazing with mixing because my face is just hovering a little bit offset of it, and I'm mixing so I don't smell none of the smells. If I do smell a little bit, I just kind of pull my head back a little bit towards the fresh air. This is a must for me. This is key. This is one thing off the bat that I found that's amazing. Sorry if this sounded loud in here, but the car turned out amazing. The only issue that just happened at the very end, look at the lint coming out of nowhere. That's why I tacked it every single time. But the one issue that happened to me at the very end, let me show you guys. At the very end, and I'm done. Just playing around now. And I got to figure out, this came out of nowhere. This is like some water. I figured out later where that water came from. It's a valve underneath that filter, that inline filter on the gun, and my hand accidentally hit it and it sprayed a little bit of water. That dried up, so that wasn't an issue. Here's the issue. And these specks of lint came out of nowhere while it was wet, and I didn't want to touch it. I found out that those came from that cheap hood I was wearing that I bought from a big box store. Just a regular normal paint hood. Wasn't lint free. Lint was all over that thing, and I won't wear it again. But yeah, that's what that came from, and we get it out on the next video. This is it. Everything else turned out flawless. I'm talking about flawless. Nothing, no issues whatsoever. Just this at the very end. Right there, right there. I wanted to touch it so bad. And that comes from inexperience of me not knowing what to do exactly right there. So I guess I'll figure it out tomorrow when I get it. Wow. Wow. First time, it turned out amazing. Amazing, guys. Amazing. No issues whatsoever. No dust, no nothing. Just my only issue. My only issue. This is some lint, but I can wipe this off right now, I'm pretty sure. Three coats of sealer. Well, 2.5. I covered all the spots at first, and then 2 full coats. And it got dark on me outside. Temperatures then dropped. This is where we at in here now, because I got the door open, of course. This fan is amazing. This fan is pulling out. Look at this. This is just like this fan is amazing. I'm gonna turn this thing off. This thing is a beast. I am so impressed with that fan. It did clear this thing out like a real paint booth. And that positive air coming in here is just incredible. You guys see I started pretty much at 2 o'clock. And of course it's a little colder in here, so I had the longer flash times. I was making sure it flashed off. Done. 2.5 coats. Amazing. My phone died. Look at this. It's dark outside. It's dark. I'll pull this thing up. It's still sort of nice. All right, let me draw this thing up. We'll be back. I'll show you guys what happened. Okay, in closing, my shoes got some paint, something on them, and the sole is tearing up on the bottom of them. Look at this. That's the rubber. So that was the issue I had in this area. Some paint or something got on them, and the rubber just started tearing up on the shoes. So this ain't gonna work. It was just in this area, and I kind of used some alcohol to clean the bottom of my sole, and that did well. But yeah, turned out amazing. So just got to figure that out tomorrow. We'll be painting tomorrow afternoonish, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So we'll go a couple coats of base, and I guess the clear be the real test for this booth, how quickly it'll disperse once I go to spraying it. But look at the dust coming out of nowhere now. Look at this.